There you go, right there. All right, hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully it's not crazy bad lighting. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Trying something a little different today, as far as like production-wise. Same concept of how to catch fish, but it's a little different production. So I want to go over how I like to fish a bluff wall, and things I take into consideration, and just a couple baits that I use to try to catch them. Try. We are in winter, man. We got a random 60-something degree day today, so I'm kind of a little hoodie. But otherwise, water temp is still 45, 46 up here. I think that back unit showing 45. So still pretty chilly water. We got a bright bluebird sky today. So what I've been kind of targeting was using this drop shot here. And again, I'll go all the baits that I like to use, but just kind of targeting a little deeper area off of bluff. Yeah, using drop shot. I feel like they're on the bottom, either by structure or by rocks, things like that. So I just kind of picked a random bluff wall bank to roll around right now. And first thing I want to talk about is approach. So what I like to do, and again, this all depends on your body of water, but what you could do first is, don't get hung in the tree, but what you could do first is graph the area, graph that bluff. Seeing if anything is, in the area. You want to look for bait, any other fish, period. You want to see life, period. That's the main goal. So with that being said, now if you're in a heavily pressured place like I am, or where I normally fish, I like to either just go try to fish it, or I'll graph it and come back later. That's the main things I like to do. But you can graph it, see if anything's in the area. Like I said, come back later. Or if you got your place is not like crazy hard to fish, usually pretty decent, you can graph it, turn around and fish it. And like I said, right now I'm in 18 foot of water. I kind of want to be in like 20 something. That's where I was seeing them at earlier. So I'm not going to be casting directly up at the bank, but casting up to, guessing about 10 feet. And then, like I said, working the bait down. If you guys see my other videos, I like doing that with bluff walls with a drop shot, work the bait down. So I'm gonna go over real quick some of the baits that I like, and of course the equipment that goes with it, and how I like to fish it on a bluff wall. So I guess since I got this in my hand first, good old drop shot, right? So drop shot has become something I'm trying more wintertime, because like I said, if you guys graph around enough, you'll see these fish are either suspended up on like places like this, or they're hugging really close to the bottom. A lot of my fish that I've caught lately in this winter, have been like super close to the bottom. Some fish on the jerkbait, but we'll get to jerkbait in half a second, but that's, for the suspended guys. But right now it's just bottom hopping. Drop shot has been fire for me. So with that being said, that's one of the things I like to do with it. Like I said, put it up on that bank that you're fishing, and just walk it. You're walking it down the shelf of the bank. Like, so I'm sitting in about 22 foot right now, and I'm maybe 10 yards from the bank, so not too far away, but I'm throwing it out, working my bait down the shelf of that bluff. And sometimes you can pick them off like that. As far as equipment, for this drop shot here, first things first, rod and reel. There's actually a Lew's Carbon Fire combo that I bought at Dick's Sporting Goods. You guys can see that. Pretty cool little rod and reel setup. I love the wind grip. If you guys know me, I've been talking about wind grips for a little while now, but it comes with wind grips. It was great. Actually, I think this is under $100 for the setup. So this is 7-foot medium power, fast action spinning setup. 7 foot seemed just fine to me. So real quick line. I'm using 10-pound braid right now. It's actually cascading braid, high vis yellow. I'm not really super particular in my braids, as long as she doesn't snap on me randomly. So far so good in a couple years of casting. So like I said, 10-pound braid, and I'm throwing a 10-pound leader at this moment. Come summertime, I will change it out to a 12-pound leader. Still 10-pound braid. I don't know, it's just a personal preference thing. You could leave 10, you could leave 12, probably still gonna catch them. But just personal preference, like I said. So that's my line. Oh, there we go. Oh, she let it go. Oh, you let it go. All I felt was tap tap. Time to set hook. What did Juris want to say? He was like, they don't have pocketbooks, armpits. They only gonna have it one place. And you tattoo his tail. Hook sets are free, baby. So yeah, that's my rod and reel line setup for my drop shot. The hook is I believe it's like a 2-aught drop shot hook by Gamakatsu. Actually has a nice little, I'll show you guys that real quick. I'm just on a little black, it's almost like a shaky head, but just a little black small worm. But that Gamakatsu hook there has a nice little weed guard with it. I can literally send that thing through brush if I want to. So, I mean, I don't try to put it straight through brush, but it can come over a couple things without being hung up, without getting hung up. So I do like it for that. So yeah, and just in case anyone wants to know the knot, I used to tie polymer. I've been doing uni knot lately, but polymer still works just fine. I just try different stuff. So polymer or uni knot still catches fish. And one more thing with the drop shot, or really any bait that you're working, almost any time of year really. But if you got like, I don't know if you guys can see a little further ahead of me, I got a point sticking out. If you're fishing a bluff with rocks, anything that makes a little point or something that protrudes out from the bank, that that you can distinctly tell that it looks like it does the same thing underwater, I would definitely try to fish that. Fish, of course, like bass, of course, like the ambush fish. So why not sit around the corner so they can't see me? So that has definitely been a big key. Like I said, these factors still apply year round as far as fishing. Anything that creates a point. I don't care if you're fishing a grass edge and a little point sticks out. Throw a bait over there, please. You'll probably get bit. You might get bit. You should get bit. I hope you get bit. I'll be happy for you. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. There you go, right there, baby. Let's go. Thank you, little drop shot fish. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, you ate the mess out that thing, baby. Not a huge one, but hey man, it's winter time, and we just like catching fish, you know. A little pounder, maybe you might even reach a pound, man. But little sucker was in maybe about, I don't know, 10, 15 foot of water. So like I said, just kind of tossing it up around that range, tossing up in that area and walking it down. A little fishy, man, but it's a fish. Period. I'm happy about it. I don't know about you guys. If you're struggling throughout your winter day, having a little fish never hurts. But like I said, maybe off a little 10 foot, 15 foot little drop off. My boat's in 20 right now. Like I said, I can't complain about catching a fish in the winter, period. So I just like catching fish no matter what time of the year it is, period. Look, now I'm not gonna be able to put the drop shot down. It has been catching them, I tell you. I really feel that drop shot is like probably the most underrated winter bait that not a lot of people talk about. So, bait number two. Bait number two is going to be my jerkbait. If you guys can see this here, but jerkbait. And this one here in particular, I think it's called Deep Fry 95, I think it is, but it's like a 15-foot diver. Where I normally fish at, these fish are suspended like 15 feet plus, honestly. So I'm really glad that I got this, because this thing has definitely saved me a bunch of headache from trying to deal with the normal jerkbait, which is maybe 4 to 6 foot, maybe 7 foot, somewhere around there. Oh, thought I had one right there. But yeah, normal jerkbait does not dive this deep. So I bought a deep diver. I think I also own Strike King, has a deep diver. Theirs goes down to I think 11 foot. So having this one here, like I said, it's the deepest one I found that runs, runs good, things like that. But yeah, it's actually a great bait. Today, I don't consider it the perfect situation. Not saying it doesn't catch fish, not saying it at all on a day like today, but I really like an overcast kind of day. And I don't know if you guys can see this, a slight breeze I got going on here. That's like perfect condition to me. And I kind of backed away from the bank a little bit because I want to go up to this little point that I got to my right-hand side. But yeah, that's jerkbait is definitely a killer. And if you guys haven't thrown it much, you might want to consider like just dedicating some time to do it, because it definitely catches fish. And if you get a deep diver, just make sure you're not around a place with a bunch of trees, things like that. Number 2 thing is cadence. So you guys see, I'm kind of doing a 1, 2, 3. Let it sit for a second. Then a 1, one more pop. That's usually my cadence. And again, whatever cadence you find out that day is like perfect. So it could be a 2, you know what I'm saying, 2 pops and a pause. And the fish are just crushing it off that 2 pop pause. With that being said, find your cadence for your body of water. Now, as far as the equipment, this one in particular, this is not necessarily the ideal setup here. This is a Lew's Mach 2. This is actually a medium heavy rod. And I think it's 7-foot medium heavy fast action. Not saying it's terrible because I've caught a good amount of fish on it, but the thing about this one in particular, I wouldn't recommend using a medium heavy. You want to choose something between about between 6'10" to 7-foot medium rod. That's predominantly the main length of the rod that you want and the power of the rod, period. You don't want a super long rod trying to use this. You're gonna hit your trolling motor, hit your boat, hit people, don't want to do that. As far as rod wise, this one in particular, like I said, I'm using a medium heavy, but it has a nice soft tip. So I just got to mentally tell myself not to yank it like a jig, because I've lost fish like that. Now I'm throwing 12-pound fluorocarbon line, Seaguar fluorocarbon line. I believe it's the Invisex. But yeah, with this rod here, this thing is definitely very light. I tell you that one, and I think it's the main reason why I toss it. I'll use this for other stuff throughout the year, but this time of year, I will put a jerkbait on and leave it on pretty much the whole winter. And I can, like, once I actually catch one and do the right thing, just as far as leaning into it, got enough backbone, of course, because of medium heavy. So, and sometimes, like I said, I've experienced some medium rods who are just a little too light. You lean into it and the whole rod goes. And you're like, yo, did I fit my hooks or not? And if you got a jerkbait that doesn't have large hooks, then sure, you might be fine with that. But this sucker right here, I'll get her in real quick. They're like size 3 or size 4, I think. Yeah. Now these are actually some VMC hooks, but regardless, I think the ones that came with are like size 3 or size 4. I think size 3. There's some beefy hooks, so I can't be like, yeah, 10-pound line on a medium light rod. I can't do that. Or a medium rod. I'm sorry, as far as where I would fish it. Yes, you can parallel the BLUFF wall, or like I said, I have to kind of backed off a little bit, hit some of these points. Let me turn the boat a little bit. You guys can see, like, it's a point here, and it's a point over to my right. So I guess I kind of backed off a little bit. I didn't want to like roll over the point and they'd be, stacked under or something. So the last bait I like to hit BLUFF walls with, well, not last one, but I'm just gonna hit three baits real quick. I don't want to, of course you can choose a bunch of different baits you can try in the winter, blade bait, you name it, what I'm saying, other little small swim baits. But these are the main 3 I like to try. Like I said, drop shot, jerkbait, and this is a jig. That's just that's 3/8 jig. I got a little chunk trailer on the back, not too much, kicking tail action. But my main thing with this, not a lot of people you may not throw it. Like, yeah, it all depends on your body of water. And like I said, I'm sitting in 45-degree water temps right now. But if you guys noticed, I'm in a bright bluebird sky today. This entire bank has been beat all morning with sunlight. I don't know if you can see to my right. Let me try to make sure I can turn the boat. But nothing but wood and rock. That's going to absorb heat, hold heat. And like I said, this whole morning, the sun's been beating on this, and it's still going to get some more sun later, throughout the day. So I will try a jig in certain situations like that. I'm about to say there's a fish on it right now. I just felt a little weight. I must have came through something. But yeah, I will target the same thing I would target on a drop shot, as far as like where I'm about to place it. Any points, anything sticking out, Like I said, drop shots in the bottom of it, and I forgot to mention my drop shot. I only got maybe a 6-inch distance between my hook and my weight, 6 to 7 inch. It's not like summertime where I have like a 12-inch, 12 to 15 inch line, between the bait and the weight. Yeah, I'll literally try a jig. Like I said, around these rocks, things like that. I kind of need to get a wee bit closer. I need to re-spool this thing and get it some grease, but it's all good. Part of get your maintenance done in the winter. And again, I just try these things, man. All you can do is give it a try. You can just throw, get the line wet, throw a bait over there, give it a try. So as far as rod and reel, this is actually my same setup. This is not like a, it's not a winter setup or anything like that. I just did a review on it, but it's a Lew's TP1 Black, and this sucker is amazing. It's a medium heavy. So it's a 7.3 medium heavy, fast action rod. And again, I'm kind of doing the same concept as far as walking this thing down, just like drop shot. So the reel that I'm using, this is a Lew's Tournament MP. It's actually a great reel, man. I didn't know I didn't know about it till too late in the game, of course, but it's all good. Got it finally. For the price point though, this sucker is freaking amazing. You got to cut some more lawns, or over at this time of year, you got to pick up somebody's leaves. You got, do snow cleanup duty. Whatever you got to do if you want to try one of these suckers out, bro. Definitely worth every penny. Seagar as well, but this is their Abrazex, 17-pound Abrazex. Now, how I'm fishing this jig, as I stated with the drop shot, I'm kind of just walking it down the shelf of the bluff wall. This winter time, these fish are going to, I like fishing the bluff wall because during winter, the bass are going to choose the easiest way possible to get some food, and not use a lot of energy. So a bluff wall, they're literally, all they have to do is, raise up or lower themselves in order to move their area, their ambush point. Especially if you got, places like I fishing with a bunch of shad. So they're just going to chill and wait for, that ball of bait to come by. And there's some huge balls of bait around where I'm fishing at, especially today. Especially this place. Drop shot, just a little more subtle. You guys can, if you would like to. I'm using a regular size jig, like I said, 3/8 ounce. But you can get you a quarter ounce jig. Was it Bitsy Bugs? A couple of the companies that make smaller jigs out there. I think Bitsy Bugs by Striking, I think it is. All right, with that being said, guys, that's all I got. I'm going back to drop shot. But you guys enjoy your winter fishing. I'll keep pushing out, content as we go. Anything that comes to mind or what I'm working on that day. But give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend if they're looking at or if they're trying to figure out what to do for the winter. Try to catch some. You'll get a bite with this. You guys take care. I'm out, man. If I catch another one, you'll see it.